England were blown away in the first test match at Eden Park with a relative B squad and relative inexperience, but now they come here to the Forsyth Bar Stadium with all their big guns blazing. They have their players back from the Aviva Premiership final, and they'll be rearing to go to make up for that deficit they got handed in the first test match. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornf1akes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Rugby Internationals, where we are into the second week now, and the All Blacks are down in Dunedin, the Forsyth Bar Stadium, where they will face England for test number 2 of this series. The All Blacks have not changed much. They have just the two changes really. Savia coming in on to the left wing, and he will replace, well, Ben Smith in a roundabout way, who moves to fullback, replacing Dag, and Corey Jane stays out there on the right wing instead of the left. So it's a back three mix-up, but still very skilled, very talented, and very capable of backing up from that 22-0 win last week. England have a whole host of changes throughout their team, and most importantly they have Kerr and Farrell back and their 9-10 combo that they'll probably struggle without them. The centre pairing has also changed, with 12 Trees and Luther Burrell taking out the 10, the 12 and 13 jumpers now, and Tui Langi, as good as he could have been in the first test in the centres, he's out to the wing now to see if he can have that same sort of impact out there in the number 14 jumper. England is slightly lacking with wingers, but they'll have to make up with their centre and see how he goes out there on the wing. It is a much improved looking England side, but is it enough to challenge the might of the All Blacks? Let's get down. Kickoff looks set to get underway. But first, the haka, led by Liam Messam. Well, the All Blacks look fired up for test number 2. Can they reply in the same fashion as test 1? England needs something to come back with, and it's the man with the ball in his hand now who will be key to England getting back into the series. He needs to guide this England side, playing in their home white strip again, and the All Blacks, as per usual, in the black. The ref blows, and test 2 is underway. Kicked off from Farrell and picked up from Whitelock. And he gets the offload to Woodcock.
Release.
And the All Blacks set it up. The first ruck of the match. Aaron Smith away for Cruden, who gets hit hard after he kicks the ball away. Back there's Brown, gets it on the bounce, fires it off to no one. Burrell goes back and cleans up. England in a spot of bother very early on here. The All Blacks piling in numbers, but England might just keep it. Yes, they will. They'll keep possession. And Yard will play scrum half. He fires it out for 12 Trees, as he's hit hard from Nonu as he looked to slice through. Robshaw goes back to the left. Burrell, nice play. He just about got away, but he couldn't offload, and it's been turned over. Aaron Smith takes the tackle of Yard. Had to as well. He was the only man there. Here's Coles. Back to Jane. And Captain McCaw tries to charge through. He gets through a couple as well, and sets it up on the 22 for the All Blacks. Out wide they go, Kano. Nice ball inside. And there's it, here it is, a chance for it. Kano to score, and he will for the All Blacks. Oh, that was an easy finish in the end for Jerome Kano. And the All Blacks hit the lead first. The first try of the match. Let's see how simple that was. Kano started it all. Back inside to Cornf1akes. And then it was a short ball off Whitelock. And he has too much speed, does Kano. Great display of his ability. That pass looked forward, but the ref is not interested in that at all. Straight through the gap he created himself. And he got the finish right under the post. And England have no real answer to this at the moment. Defensively, they're out of sorts. as Cruden will look for the extra 2. What's from right out in front is no problem. And it is the All Blacks leading 7-0 over England in the second test here at the Forsyth Barr Stadium. Well, the first thing here on England's priority list has to be possession and territory. Of course, the two big things, but territory is probably the main one here as they kick long this time. It's a huge aspect of this match. The All Blacks will always score when they're that close to the line. Now they spread it wide off the kickoff. McCaw on Yard, and Yard let him run for a bit there, suspecting he might use his outside players, but he didn't. And a set up, and Yard has turned it over as well. That's good. Here's Burrell. Burrell's right through the middle. The big centre looking to pull a defend on Ben Smith. But he gets taken down inside the 22. England need to retain possession, but they're not going to. Oh, that's poor from England. And the All Blacks come away through Jane. Jane's past Yard, looking to offload, but a good tackle at the back. And he gets taken down by the tackle of Brown. Still All Blacks ball here. Whitelock offloading in the tackle and Messham's through. It's Tuilangi on Messam, but Messam will have too much speed. What a try from Liam Messam. Unbelievable turn of events there. England were piling on the pressure, and Liam Messam, just like his fellow try scorer early on, Kano, he has had huge amount of speed and pace for a back rower. He was smoked Marler. There was no chance there for the big prop. And Tuilangi, nothing involved for him as well. The winger backing up across, but he was far too slow. And the inside ball once again coming from Whitelock. He is having a game of his life at the moment. And the All Blacks lead by 12 points now. A try to the blindside flanker and the number 8. Can you believe it? Open running game here. England looked like they might score thanks to Luther Burrell, but turn it around 80 metres later, and it's 14-0 to the All Blacks. Cruden nails the conversion. And have you seen anything like this before? The All Blacks are looking absolutely in control and dominant as ever. England played the possession ball and they did well, but then it just completely turned around on them as it's kicked off here, and Corey Jane gets the kick-off down nicely. Cruden plays scrum half, goes to Franks, who just about gets through Rob Shaw, but he drags him down. Here's Aaron Smith for a little run, pops it inside to McCaw, who drags Marler with him, and Webber. Great run from McCaw. Here's Woodcock. Whitelock, once again offloads to Messam. And it was just about instant replay time. Here's Woodcock. Keeping it tight here, the All Blacks. England's defence a bit more assured now. They go to Cruden, who gets hammered. A good tackle coming in there. And they've turned this over as well. Here's Launchbury, looks to his right. Burrell, he's been good already tonight. He's knocked on. Oh, just as you say, you give the man a bit of credit, and he knocks on. Quite a remarkable turn of events. Poor display from England as Aaron Smith go away. Off the back of the ruck, goes to the left side. Cruden, now Cruden knocks it on, and that's poor from the All Blacks. Keir pops it up, Burrell to Farrell, offloads to Marler. Marler looks outside, 12 trees, and Marlon Yard will score for England, and they'll manage something they couldn't do last week. They get one try, and now they need to build. The work has only just begun for the English. Yard gets their first try, but it was the play here from Farrell and Marler. The big prop, he had work to do. 12 trees quickly offloaded. He's not had the best of nights already, 12 trees. But Keir, Burrell, this is nice work. Flat attacking line. And the All Blacks defence was called outnumbered. Jane had 2 men to commit to. And when you have the 11 and 12, winger and inside centre against you, Jane had his work cut out. England get the score. And vital that may be as we look towards halftime. And vital as ever will be this kick. If you remember back, World Cup 2011, Johnny Wilkinson had an absolute nightmare at this stadium. But Owen Farrell has no worries. He gets the first one and is now a 14-7 game. And it's a lot closer already to what we saw last week. 34 minutes gone, and Cruden kicks us back off. Goes to his forwards, and Marlon claims it nicely, and he throws an intercept ball to Nonu. Well, that's not how you compete against these All Blacks. You have to have your own ball. You hold your own ball, and you don't let go. It's Messam. Beautiful ball to Jane. Back inside he goes, and here's Retallick. Big Brody Retallick is turned over from Marla, and that's better stuff from England. Now they look to launch a counter-attack. Away to Tuilangi. Farrell's there on the end, and responsibly so, Farrell will kick. And as Ben Smith was coming upfield, Farrell kicks over his head. Ben Smith claims, he gathers, gives it to Cruden, swings it wide for Jane. Conrad Smith, Nonu, puts on the big fend against Yard, slips out of another couple, Nonu. Kerr eventually takes him down over halfway. Half-time's gone. Whitelock back inside to Coles. How many times have we seen Whitelock do that? But still they can't handle it. Here's Whitelock again, feeding Kano. They come to the left side, Conrad Smith. No real fullback in place as Savia offloads to Cruden. And where is Mike Brown tonight? He's found a bit wanting tonight. At fullback, there he is, trotting back as England turn the ball over. Kerr goes to Farrell. Now there's some space here for Webber. He finds Yard. Yard has Marler, but he won't really want to go to Marler. He goes to the sky instead. 12 Trees gives chase, but it's plucked out of the sky, and Ben Smith says that is enough, boys. Let's go to the sheds for half-time with our lead still intact. 14-7. The All Blacks still leading this one as we'll go to half-time. And we can see by the stats, England, well, you have to credit them with only 36% of the ball. They have done a fair old amount of attacking. They've got themselves one try and they've let themselves down with their ball retention. You can see at the bottom there, the All Blacks have managed to get a 5+ phase attack in, whereas the English have not. Line breaks is close, 5-4. England still very much in this match. Handling errors, England 3, New Zealand 2, but it is really possession that is coming down to the big factor, 64-36, with the English struggling to hang on to the ball for many periods at all. They're still in this match though. They're only one scoring play away from catching up to the All Blacks, 14-7. We'll get back down to the second half of this June International Tour match here on Cornf1akes Crib. It is week 2 of the tours, and it is New Zealand leading England 14-7. Let's get back down to the action. Cruden will have the honours of kicking off this second half with his side in front by 7. Whistle goes and we are underway. It's a little, it's a shallow little kick for Nonu, and he picks it up and he gives it to Woodcock. What a start here for the All Blacks. Muscling it up. Boy, they just come out in another gear. Here's Aaron Smith, he's hit high. Oh, and there's a chance here to slow this down for the All Blacks. And the two little scrum halves having a real battle there. Smith and Kerr. Surely this will be an easy 3 points for Aaron Cruden. And it will get them over that 7-point buffer as well, which is all important in the whole winning of this match here. Cruden sinks his kick, an easy one. And it's 17-7. The All Blacks lead is now 10. Not really what the English had in mind for a start there at all. Conceding 3 within 4 minutes. Here's Farrell, puts it onto his boot and launches a kick-off downfield to Conrad Smith, who throws a dummy and gets around his man before giving it to Aaron Smith, who deposits that one into the stands. Was he in the 22? He must have been, surely. He was. So it's a good result for the All Blacks. England will have the line out right on halfway. It's thrown in nicely. Webber goes to the back and Rob Shaw puts it down to Kerr. Yard, first receiver, goes straight into Nonu. And the support is quickly on hand. Here's Parling. Offloads to Burrell. He looks for Marler, not at home at all, Marler. And it's picked up from Aaron Smith, who gets driven backwards in the tackle. Release. But that is poor playing from England. Wilson doing the job on there, but they've turned him over again. Here's Morgan. Farrell Carling. They switch it out wide. Launchbury looks for Tuilangi. Not had the best match so far on the wing, but now he puts on his customary fend and loses the ball. Always the English support is awfully slow, and it's going to get worse here for England. Looks like it could be Wood that's off to the bin for 10 minutes. It's a yellow card for England, and they lose one of their back rowers. Just when they looked like they could be getting something going, it's come apart for them, and Cruden will thump it up over the 10-metre line. Well, we're a bit closer this week. England have put up a bit more of a fight, but they may struggle here with only 14 men. Here's Coles. He'll throw in. Goes to the back as McCaw gets it inside the grasp of Robshaw. Nonu feeds it wide. Conrad Smith to Corey Jane. Looking up for Cruden. Oh, that was a milk and bread play there from the All Blacks. Read easily by Yard as here's Conrad Smith with the intercept as England look to switch it out wide. Its turnovers are plenty as Messam goes to Franks.
Release.
Woodcock has a bit of a dabble, giving it to Aaron Smith, and Cruden pops it to Rotella, going to McCaw, keeping this alive here. Whitelock, we know he can offload. Marla's on Jane. Marla does a good job. He puts Jane into touch. And that could have been dangerous. Corey Jane just about had some room to play with here. England, man down still. Go for the 5-man line out. Throws in nicely, taken at the front, and Keir throws it out to Morgan. Running hard, Farrell. Oh, still offloads to the tackle, but he's given it straight to Conrad Smith. Unbelievable intercept. That's a second in just a couple of minutes. Conrad Smith is opening this game up for the All Blacks. Burrell goes back for 12 trees. And he thumps it onto his boot, goes up to halfway. Ben Smith waits for it. Looks to counter-attack, beautiful ball. It's inside for Kano. Finding Savia on his left. Kano plays scrum half as Cruden hits the line fast, but gets driven into touch. A good tackle from the retreating defence. And England will get Wood back. That's a positive thing there for the English. Back to the full complement of players, and they go for the full complement at the line out as well. Webber, Launchbury at the front. Keir throws a big ball away for Yard, and England are going to run this. Over the top for 12 trees. Farrell. Now Farrell's breaking the line again, and he puts in a kick. Robshaw's giving chase along with Kano. Salvi is there. He'll get there first. He'll turn and give it to Ben Smith, who will put a floater into touch. And that's a good gain there for the English. They'll have the line out inside the All Black half. 10 minutes to go. If they need to score, they need to score now. Webber again, Launchbury, go-to man, the money ball. There's 12 trees. Gives it to Tuilangi. Tuilangi spots a hole, and he's going to look to the corner, but he gets taken out. Couldn't back himself there. Here's Keir. Burrell. Oh, Burrell spilt it. Robshaw's come up with it. Loose ball, the captain dives on it. Here's England. Wood, 12 trees. Oh, does well. He gets the 2-man involved. Yard grabs ahead. Aaron Smith gets chase. It's going to be a close one. Oh, Yard's got it down. Yard's got it for England. Look at the composure on his face. Marlon Yard gets a double. And how did he get that down? He was miles behind. Aaron Smith has had the mistake of his life. It was a simple play. He got around Ben Smith, but Aaron Smith took his time. He took too long. He just calmly got behind the ball and just tried to cuddle it down to the ground, whereas Yard had no complaints, just splattling himself right on that ball, just squishing it into the turf. And what's a big play that is from Marlon Yard. And even bigger could be this conversion attempt from Farrell. It's wide out. Time's ticking. Here's his attempt. And he's hooked it in. And it's gone well wide. Not the best from Farrell. The pressure kick. And the All Blacks still lead by 5. A converted try is required here from England to win this match. They have 3 minutes to go. It's a close one. Cruden kicks off and he goes straight down to Wood. Back from his yellow card, looking to make up for it. As Farrell goes wide for Yard, who's on the touchline. And he gets bundled into touch. Marlon Yard, he's had a good game. Boy, how much would England love him to get a hat-trick? Would be game on then. Series on as Cole will have the line out, gives it to Whitelock. And Whitelock will drive on for the All Blacks. This will sum up this match here. 81 minutes gone as reinforcements for England come across. This just needs to be kicked out. And Cruden, well, he's gone for the uprights. Is this a drop goal? Unsure, but it's gone dead regardless. And that should be the end of this match. It is full time. The ref blows his whistle and we are all over. The All Blacks hang on to a slender 5-point lead, and a 5-point win is what they get. That man was magnificent. Whitelock, outstanding in attacking play. He was a key man for the All Blacks, as was the back row. Messam and Kano were spectacular. And that early flurry where they got a try apiece was in the end what won the game for New Zealand. Messam and Kano with 1 try apiece. Cruden 2 conversions and the penalty goal, which saw Wood to the sin bin for 10 minutes, which didn't actually cause any difference to the score apart from that penalty. England battled hard, they battled well, and they battled right back into this match. 2 tries to Marlon Yard, 1 was converted by Farrell. 12 points, they were only 1 try away from the All Blacks today after getting a hammering in game 1, 22-0. They've come back nicely for game 2 to lose by a slender margin of just 5 points. Well, possession was their Achilles heel, you have to say, for England. 39%, they were up 3% from half-time. But possession, just 61 for the All Blacks. That is plenty for them. That's a huge amount, really. And it was on the back of that they got the victory. England's battling hard was not enough on the end of the day. The handling errors, the All Blacks in the second half just made 1, where England have made 5. That is a big difference. Line breaks were equal, 7 apiece, which is a good amount for both teams. Will please the attacking coaches. But the team makeup, I feel, of England was just a touch off today. Just not quite right with the back line. The forwards were good. The backs were just subpar. Tuilangi did nothing on the wing. He is a wasted talent out there on the wing. Changes have to come here for England, and it'll be for the 3rd test that we may well see them. And as always, I may well see you there. I hope to see you there. I'll be there for the 3rd and final test between England and New Zealand. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.